We all watched the president on Tuesday in Michigan driving around and apparently having a high time in an electric vehicle. But can you tell me where electrical vehicles, what role they play in meeting the climate goals you're setting out? How central are they?
Yeah. Well, Francis, there's two, big areas where if we want to make progress quickly, we have to move. One is, we just talked about it, the utility sector, the energy sector as a whole, which President Biden wants to deliver a clean power sector by 2035. So there's a lot of focus there. The second is transportation. There is no question that we have to move to electric vehicles. The great thing is that's not just coming from me, which what do I know, right? It's coming from the automakers themselves. When I came here, we sat down with some of the automakers individually because, as you know, the prior administration unraveled the system, the national system we had to regulate this sector effectively. And we wanted to sit down and say, what do you have to say? Well, GM, Ford, now Volvo, now Volkswagen, now Hyundai. I mean, they're all saying electric vehicles are the future. So what you saw the president doing yesterday was basically was having fun. I probably should admit that up front because clearly he was. But he was having fun because electric vehicles actually are incredibly high performing. And if you look at the F-150, it's basically vehicles that are iconic in the United States. They're one of, if not the largest, the second largest. I think they're actually the most sold vehicle in the United States. So it's really kind of cool to take a look at a truck and transform it into an electric vehicle, and one that people know and recognize and have seen everywhere, to show that it's not just vehicles that serve an urban constituency, and it's not just passenger vehicles, but this is a truck that will serve our rural communities, that is going to actually perform terrific. It's one of the top rated for both payload and towing. So this is basically was an opportunity for him not just to go to the Ford Electric Vehicle Center and drive this car, but to show that these vehicles are real. They perform terrific. They do the tasks that you want. And they are built in the United States by union workers with parts that were made in the United States of America. So that, visit was really multifaceted, because one of the things we want to make clear is that the president's jobs plan, including what he's trying to do to move to cleaner transportation, is to make sure that it comes with good paying union jobs, to make sure that the parts are made in America, that we're beginning to grab the supply chain, particularly from China, which is really producing these vehicles at 3 times the level that we have been. And we have to get moving if we expect the United States to continue to win the future. And so his whole effort was both to enjoy the moment, but I think more importantly, to send a big message to the American people that we can actually move to a clean energy future, and we can grow good union jobs doing it, so we grow from the bottom and the middle out in this country again. And we can do it in a way that will continue to provide the types of vehicles that we want for performance, but also make sure that the American Jobs Plan is invested in, because it's going to make sure that they're accessible and affordable to consumers. Because we want Ford to manufacture them, but we need people to buy them. And so part of the American Jobs Plan is to actually invest in consumer rebates and tax incentives so that these vehicles become affordable, which, if you look at the economic projections, they will be shortly, within the next few years. And we want to make sure that we're providing the kind of tax incentives and other investment strategies to manufacture batteries in the U.S., which we finally are doing at a couple of facilities moving forward. And we're also looking at making sure that the parts to these vehicles continue to get the incentives, those manufacturers, so that we can grab that supply chain and keep it here. And the last thing that the president is proposing in this sector for electric vehicles is to make sure that we're investing in 500,000 charging stations, because we need basically everybody to know that if you want to buy an electric vehicle, you are going to get not just supported financially, but you're going to be assured that you can get where you need to go and you can get home again. And so I'm excited about the opportunities of the plan, and the fact that the president did such a good job showing that electric vehicles should be in high demand, and we will get them there.